Good evening. This is the video newsletter for buysellshort.com for Thursday, April 23rd. Pretty choppy session today. Looked like the market was about to roll over and see a pretty substantial retrace today. But I did mention in the chat room that the action in the Dow on the 15-minute chart was a mirror of what we saw towards the end of March and into the first couple of days of April. We had a big sell-off then, a bounce back, then a retest of the lows, and then a breakout again, and then we eventually saw a 300-point rally. If we go back here, we had our big sell-off, a bounce back. We retested that today, and then into the close, we saw another nice bounce back. If we flip over to the daily chart, when I was actually pondering today's video going into the last hour, I was actually getting ready to say, we're looking ready for a pretty substantial retrace here in the near term, but then the last few minutes of the day, they were able to jam the Dow up 70 points. And yet again, the 20-day exponential has held for us. So right now, what I would say the line in the sand is if we see a break below 7,800, we're going to the 50-day moving average. Simple as that. Otherwise, we could see a move higher. If I scroll down a little, one thing I like to see, stochastics drop down to 50, and then we've held. And as you know from a lot of stock plays, I love seeing stocks that run, then retrace, hold the 50 level on stochastics, and then see a solid bounce out of that. So, let's see what happens tomorrow, Monday. Who knows? We could see a retest of the highs of last week, coming up, and just more frustration for the bears on shorts. Interesting note, Microsoft reported earnings in after hours. Pretty crappy report, to say the least. First time Microsoft's earnings have dropped quarter over quarter, I believe. They are not giving any guidance for the rest of the year, so pretty dismal report. Stocks up 5% in after hours. Latest company to, post a crappy report and crappy guidance and rally. You don't see stuff like that in a bear market, at least your typical bear market. So, a lot of conflicting signals out there. Quick mention on the dollar, and the reason I'm mentioning the dollar is we've picked up a few gold plays and commodity plays today. The head and shoulders formation here, this right shoulder's been teasing for a while, but looks like it might finally be in. RSI is broken down through 50. Stochastics are overbought, and we're about to get a negative 80x cross. Breakdown in the dollar would be 82, and we see a break at 82, and down we go on the dollar. And the reason that matters is HUI, Gold Bug Index. We've been monitoring this for the last couple of weeks. We had a golden cross on this one back in the first week in April, and as happens on golden crosses, we see weakness ahead of that or after the cross before we actually see the real move. We've got an ascending triangle formation here on the HUI. Looks kind of like the SMH when we were buying it down in 15 before it ran 25%. So for this reason, I started picking up some gold plays today. Really small positions just to have some, but if we see the dollar breakdown and my chart here on the Gold Bugs Index is correct, we should see some nice movement in gold prices and commodities near term. Stochastics nicely oversold the last time we had, and actually each time in the last year that we've seen stochastics below 20 and bounce back, we've seen a pretty decent sized pop in the price of gold and in the gold stocks. Likewise, here we have the oil chart. This is the extended view, but actually let me pull this back. Oil's been able to hold the 50-day after that big substantial move, and again, both oil and gold and essentially the commodity plays are a play on the dollar weakness that looks to be starting here. Let's jump into the gold plays. CDE trading alert yesterday, 106 to 108. Hit resistance today, the 200-day moving average at 118, and then pull back late in the day where in the chat room we picked up a scalp position that we're looking for a bounce back to the 115 area tomorrow. We've got a very nice flag on this one. If gold does what I expect it to do over the next few months, this is a 50% winner easily. ADX is very, very strong on this one. Volume had a nice pickup today, and we should see a nice update on this one tomorrow. AGT, we've played this one before. It's an Amex penny gold stock. Yes, it's got a gazillion shares out there. We're just playing the chart. We're playing the momentum. Breakout is 40 cents. First target 50 cents is all we're looking for. RSI nice and strong. Strong MACD. Strong. I mean, pretty much every indicator is strong on this one. GSS was another gold play we picked up today. Uh, Partial position on the break over the 200-day moving average, $1.34. A break of $1.44 sets this one free with 160 and 185 first and second targets on this one. Stops $1.20. Would look to add to positions on any dips below $1.25. RSI is ready to break 50. We're about to get a positive MACD cross, and Stochastics has given that signal that we like to see when we start getting positioned in stocks that are ready to run. URRE, our uranium play that we've been playing over the last couple of weeks, trading alert on this one as well today. We finally got a nice breakout on this one. Should really see a nice move on it over the near term. Next target 80 cents and $1. Uranium prices up nicely over the last few days, and URR's peers up 20% today on average, and this one's been lagging the move in its peers. So time for a little bit of catch up. All the indicators look very, very nice here. ALTU, cash rich penny stock that we sent an alert out today at 21 cents. Nice big volume. We had a spike up to 26. This one was actually at 25 cents on the close, and then, like a lot of small cap stocks, right on the close, a bunch of crooked market maker prints. They actually printed this one on a 22-cent close. Usually when we see that happen market-wide, we're in for a nice little pop on the market in the following trading session. Target on this one is a move to 35 cents. Biotech tanker, it's been treading water over the last couple of months. A time for its biotech spike. As you can see on this one, whenever volume spikes on this stock, it continues for a couple of days. This was just day one on the move, and we should see further. ADX extremely strong on this one over the last month. Stochastics nicely oversold, and time for the price to play catch up on this one. Should be a nice little move on this one near term. Very strong support at 19 cents. NEXM, nice little spike today on volume. Mentioned the cup and handle formation on this one. 16-cent close is the breakout on this one, and we're looking for a move to the 200-day moving average. That is at 35 cents. So, we're not asking for much. We're just looking for a double plus here. ADX, very, very strong. Stochastics at a buy signal for us here. And, this one on ATLU, let's see which one does the 50% move first. Last but not least, of course, I got to mention TXCO. Pretty much took our gains that we got on this one earlier in April. Chart was set up perfect yesterday, but then bad news on after hours, and bad news trumps the charts. As I mentioned in the alert, we just move on. It was a small play. This is going to happen when you play debt-ridden stocks, which is why positions are always very small on them. But as for now, we're going to see a lot more of these debt-ridden stocks start to go bankrupt, and time to not play them again. So it sucks. We had a loser. It happens, after a string of 30, 40 winners, we're bound to have one small loser, and that's it in the market. Anyway, we've got some very nice chart setups, some new plays that we got in today, and let's see how this market reacts tomorrow. If we see another push over 8K, it's on again for another big move. If we follow the late March, early April thing, then we're looking for a 300-point move here over the next couple of days. So let's see if they can break 8K tomorrow and bend the shorts over for another little party ride. That's it for the video. See you guys in the chat room tomorrow. Goodbye.